Hello and welcome to Reddit on Reddit, the internet's auditory version of Reddit, and a show where we tell a couple of jokes, have a couple of laughs, and have a couple of bevies.
What is this new...
I'm Nelso Allingham, joined by Michael Gambo.
what is this new persona
I'm
that
just trying out new personas, Gambo.
But what is this one in particular? What have you deemed it?
It's just like
Is this Aussie bloke?
yeah, sort of like Aussie bloke.
Right.
But he's with it, you know? He's not one of those other Aussie blokes that's like racist or, really into cars and stuff.
Yeah.
He's like, he's progressive.
He cares about the difference between Ford and Holden.
He is for ban the burqa.
Oh, okay.
You know? One of those Aussie blokes.
Yeah, which is sadly a vast majority of,
which you're kind of like, I think, I'm not sure whether that's a good or bad thing. I don't know. There's people in the country that are, you know, women protesting against it, but banning it, I don't know if that's the right thing, you know? He's kind of those ones. Like, he's just like a little bit more ahead of the curve, you know?
Yeah.
Because, you know, you never know which way to go on that one.
But you've now already dropped out of that persona.
Well, I was hoping you would, I don't know, pick up your own persona. But obviously, that hasn't worked, Cambo, so thanks for nothing.
The only persona that I've ever done before is, you know, the comedians that have a podcast and giggle at everything kind of persona.
Yeah, we do that every week.
Yeah. So, but... And we do fall into that category, except for we're not comedians. I think it's something important to don't ever think that we think we're comedians. But someone pointed out like that we fall into that category, right? Like the guys that just giggle at their own jokes all the time. Yeah, but I'm here to say it can get worse. I think we're at the mid level of that echelon.
We're like mid to low.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's true. I mean, because we did the posh people once before.
Yeah, that's true.
Tried to make it up class kind of podcast.
Yeah, and then we did an episode all about people ejaculating inside of coconuts.
Yeah, that was that one. Look, I'll have a play around with it. Maybe next week I'll be something else.
Okay, I look forward to seeing all the different. It's kind of like the movie Split.
Yeah,
I look forward to seeing all the different personalities and what they bring.
Yeah, that's true. I'll probably end up accidentally doing something super racist. Camber.
Yes.
Do you want to get into Reddit on Reddit?
I would love to get into Reddit on Reddit because that is fundamentally what this podcast is about. We've talked the first 4 or 5 minutes just about the podcast itself and us.
Yeah.
Enough of that into Reddit.
Do you know what happened there, Camber? I was like, I'm going to take a sip.
Yeah.
And then I was like, Camber's going to finish his sentence before I finish the sip. I better make a big sound so that
it didn't just seem like it didn't seem like you just took a while to process and therefore was silent.
Yeah.
You had to let them know I was only silent because unprofessionally I was taking a sip.
I agree because I totally mistimed this. Anywho, let's get into it. Let's get into it, Camber. So what happened, right?
Yeah.
Was I was trying to look for a post for this segment.
So far, this story checks out.
Because
that's not unusual.
That's true. And so sometimes I just go to the all kind of like
you don't filter
Reddit,
the Reddit
you
posts.
don't filter it, and then I just go most popular. And I just try to look for something more interesting than the usual. And I came across the subreddit Unpopular Opinion.
Okay.
And I thought, this will be bloody great.
Yeah.
I'm going to get an unpopular opinion that perhaps you and I might be on the fence about.
Sure.
As to whether, you know, we agree or disagree or, you know, what's about. Maybe one is for and one's against, you know. Wanted something real juicy.
Yeah.
But what I found out is people put popular opinions in unpopular opinions that are perhaps like I don't know, things that people don't talk about as much, like or maybe it's like, I think reposts on Reddit are the worst, Yeah, well, yeah, everybody agrees on that. That's like not an unpopular, but like it happens a lot, and reposts get upvoted a lot. So I think you've just sort of mistaken that because of that, people totally love reposts.
So it's not so much unpopular opinions as these are opinions that people just don't voice very often.
Yeah, that's right. And so that was pretty disappointing. And then I actually remember a while ago reading a tip that was like, no, you just need to sort by controversial.
Okay.
And so I did that because I was like, because they're saying the problem with the sub is people will downvote things they don't agree with, which is totally the opposite of the reason of the sub. You should upvote things that you don't agree with because that's the whole point. But then there was just some weird shit and stuff that I was like, I can't put this. There was one that was about a guy saying, I think you should bully losers in school, and then went on to talk about how they bullied and punched and peed on this kid at school, this fat kid, and he deserved it because he was a loser. And then in the end, it was like, see, imagine if you were the bully or something like that, and it was like a reverse, meant to be like a reverse thing,
right?
Like saying bullies are bad.
Yeah.
And you're like, yeah, we know. You posted in unpopular opinions, which that would be an unpopular opinion. But then at the end, you just had made it all up.
Yeah.
And I was like, this is the stupid. Anyway.
Did you find anything good in this subreddit?
What I did find is a few nuggets of gold.
Okay, sure.
And I'd like to read those.
A few nuggets of gold in what largely seems like a pile of shit.
Yeah. Okay. So, yeah. So, I mean, some we could just genuinely talk about as an unpopular opinion. What do you think?
Sure.
So, and perhaps the first one is a little bit like this. This is by Spazzy Alt. The end pieces of bread taste amazing. What are your thoughts on this?
I don't think they taste bad. People don't like them. But that's just because there's a higher crust ratio.
Yes.
But I don't ever think they taste bad. Yeah, they taste like that. I think they taste. Do you eat the ends of bread?
Definitely. Yeah. Straight away as well.
Oh, so you agree with this?
See, well, I don't think they taste amazing.
Yeah.
I think they taste like bread.
Me too. And like I generally eat them at the end because I think the other ones are better. Like I prefer less crust.
Okay.
Like, I know that they do taste slightly different because it's got more crust.
Yeah.
That being said, I'm like, it largely tastes the same. The difference in taste is pretty like minimal.
Yeah.
It's a slight difference in taste.
See, I get it out of the way straight away.
Right. So
I'm like, what's the point? I'm only prolonging the inevitable. So I may as well just eat one crust with a normal slice of bread as well. I don't even care. I'll mix it up like that. If it's a sandwich, it's different because normally the crust on the end is like a little bit misshapen. You can't really make a sandwich with, I think,
crust it's normally quite small.
But if it's like toast, easy.
Yeah, I think toast is the better way to do that as well.
Yeah.
So I think this falls into that category you were talking about of unpopular opinions that, like, were people fierce against this?
Yeah.
Were they really?
No, well, I mean...
Because we know that our listeners have strong opinions on bread, which was evident when you brought gluten-free bread one time. And the majority of our listeners decided to write in for the first time and tell us that was a bad idea.
Yeah.
So maybe we'll get heat over this.
I think if we're going by the rule on unpopular opinion, this person says that it tastes amazing. That maybe is okay. I could agree. Yeah, that's an unpopular opinion.
Yeah.
It's not the worst. Does it taste amazing? I disagree.
That's the thing, because taste is so relative that you could be like, do you think bread also tastes amazing? And he's probably like, yep.
Yeah.
Well, then that stands to reason that if you think bread tastes amazing...
We need a list of this guy, what this guy thinks tastes amazing. And if it's just generally kind of normal, but then he's also got bread crusts at the top of the list, like, that's weird.
Or if he's like, don't care one way or the other about bread, which I think where most people land.
Yeah.
But I love the crust of bread. That is amazing.
Yeah.
But he didn't provide us enough
context.
Yeah, because to be a proper scientific... experiment, you can't just show the result. You need to have a study
Yeah.
And you would need to put all these things into account. But what he's done is he's shown his result without any findings.
Yes.
Without any working out.
And
I, for one, won't stand for it.
Okay.
Yeah.
That I agree. That's a popular opinion then, I guess. But here's some other ones that I found.
Sure.
This is by Just Released the Update. Said, I want to kick Scooby-Doo in the ribs. And then he goes on.
Yeah,
and
does he explain why?
He says, Ruh-roh, Shaggy. Shut the fuck up, you retarded dog. How can you even speak? You're just a dog. If you're so scared, be a normal dog, not a adventure. God, you are so stupid.
Wow.
And the amount of spelling mistakes, and probably the funniest one is that he spelt retarded wrong.
I thought Scooby-Doo couldn't really talk, hence he kind of only says limited words and doesn't really say them properly. And I always thought the intention was that he is a dog, but he is trying to talk.
Yeah.
Hence he doesn't like...
I think this is why this person's so angry. He's like, how can you even speak? You can't even really speak. He's trying. I want to kick Scooby-Doo in the ribs for that.
Scrappy-Doo, his nephew, talks fine.
He does talk fine.
What's up with that?
What happened? Oh, it's evolution, I guess.
Yeah. But I must say, what a grating person. If he wants to kick Scooby-Doo in the ribs, don't show him Scrappy-Doo.
Oh, my God. He probably wants to break his neck.
I want to know why the ribs in particular.
Yeah.
It's a very specific...
I mean, I think if you're going to kick a dog, may as well be in the ribs. That's all I'm saying.
I guess for some reason...
Like, if you're going to kick a dog, where would you kick it?
Well, yeah, now that I'm thinking about it, because in my head, I was picturing Scooby-Doo on his hind legs, but I just realized he is on his all... Like, he's on all fours.
All fours. Yeah.
I don't know why I pictured him that way.
Yeah.
And I guess I pictured him on his hind legs or hunched in Shaggy's arms, quivering with fear.
Yeah, that's right.
But only one of those is ever correct, so...
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, I would say that's an unpopular opinion. Because this guy could just not ever watch Scooby-Doo. We quite successfully, I'm going to say every day, quite successfully, we don't watch Scooby-Doo.
What? No, I accidentally do it every day. Every single day I accidentally watch Scooby-Doo.
You turn on the TV and...
Oh, God.
Oh, no, I've done it.
Not again. Bloody hell.
Yet he doesn't have a problem with Shaggy.
Yeah,
who I would say...
He's an enabler, if anything.
Shares a lot of the same characteristics as Scooby-Doo. He's a coward.
Yeah.
He doesn't talk in a particularly normal way. Yeah. Like Scoob! He's got that grating voice.
Yeah, that's annoying. Should have punched that guy in the face.
I think this guy just hates dogs.
Yeah, probably.
But not Scrappy-Doo.
But not Scrappy. I think if we had to continue the conversation, he probably would have had it.
He wouldn't have been on board for Scrappy-Doo either.
Okay, this one is by Peter J. Monday.
Okay.
My mum buying an outfit for me makes it even cooler.
Well, here's the thing. Again, we don't know who his mum is.
Yeah, she could be like a fashion designer.
If he's like, my mum's Jennifer Lopez. Like, wow, that is pretty cool.
Well, he goes on to say,
okay,
yeah, my mum loves me, and yeah, she likes to buy clothes. She has a fucking good eye. You think it's funny? Fine. I don't see you wearing these sick-ass fucking pants. Have fun spending your hard-earned money on clothes. What's that? You're cold? Well, I'm not because I'm wearing my mum's sweater. So,
this sounds
mum's
like
sweater.
It sounds like a troll, right?
I think so.
Yeah, it sounds like someone making something up to try and get a reaction.
I think I'm going to say it's the same with the Scooby-Doo one, but I don't know. I mean, it's up to you to decide, Cambo.
I can imagine the Scooby-Doo one just being an idiot.
Really? Okay.
Just being like, why does everyone like this cartoon? He's an idiot. And I, for no reason, will let the internet know my opinion on that.
Mm.
I can imagine that as a person.
That's true.
As a person in inverted commas.
You're right. It is a characteristic that somebody will...
But this one reeks to me of, I know this will get a reaction.
Mm. I'm definitely okay. I agree with this person, though. Mm. My mum, I think, she occasionally buys me clothes.
Do you think it makes them cooler, though? Because that was his point. Not only are they fine... I think
it even cooler.
You can say, when my mum buys me clothes, it's fine.
Mm-hmm.
And that's probably true, Your mum probably has fine taste. But to say that it makes it even cooler than it would have been if you brought it...
Is it maybe that she... Well, if it's cooler... than what I would buy, then perhaps so. Because I think my fashion sense is not as good, because I think I care less about what I wear, but my mum cares more about what I wear. So when she buys me stuff, technically, it would be cooler.
So do you think your mum has better fashion sense than you?
Oh, yeah, definitely. Absolutely, without a shadow of doubt in my mind.
But does she have better fashion sense for a guy your age? That's the thing I normally find when parents buy clothes, is they've got fine fashion sense, but it doesn't necessarily suit the age group.
No, my mum's pretty good, actually. Okay. I think even like she'll buy like my sister-in-law stuff and my sister, and she's normally like pretty spot on. They like really genuinely like what she buys.
Second thought, did you write this post?
No, yes. It was me. Okay, I have one more.
Okay.
This one, Cambo. It's more of I'll convince you more than anything.
Okay.
This is by Shortcake Special. Japanese porn is inherently superior to American porn.
Okay.
You want some reasons, Cambo?
Sure.
Want some reasons?
Sure.
Here you go.
Currently, I have no opinion.
Okay. Well, I'm about to... By the end of this, you're going to want to watch Japanese porn right now.
Okay.
Cuter, slim, small-chested girls. Tick, tick, tick.
Sure.
You get to learn Japanese vocabulary while watching it. But I imagine things like more and yes.
Because I was going to say, if you're trying to increase your vocabulary, I don't want to paint too much of a picture, but I normally skip over the talking.
What? Why would you do that? What? Camber, that is an unpopular opinion. Sorry. I think you should put on this website. Guys,
sometimes I skip over the talking before.
Yeah.
And I don't always watch the video to the end.
Oh my God, I can't believe that. But just so many great phrases you could learn.
Learn Japanese, yep, sure.
Yep. I imagine like, the sink's this way or something like that. These are just one of the phrases that you could
But I can't afford to pay for the pizza. Is there another arrangement we might come to?
Yeah, exactly. Okay. Longer videos with a more intricate plot.
Yeah, okay.
Well, you wouldn't like that.
No.
You know?
I'm not put off by it, just more I have to skip.
Yeah, okay. Girls don't act like they're super into it. More of a like, this feels so good, but I shouldn't enjoy myself that much, which is hot. And the last one, their squealing sounds are hot AF.
Okay.
So, just a few reasons there.
Yep.
Why you should switch over to Japanese porn.
But so this one, to me, clarifies the point that the word opinion is very important in this subreddit. Because a lot of it is just opinion. Like... Whereas certain ones where it's like mum buying your clothes are cooler, that is an opinion, but it's also like not as much with like taste. It's trying to be like, this is a point I want to prove. Whereas this comes down to mainly this person's taste.
Yes, that's true. But I guess you're going for... but I guess the whole point is he's trying to say... My taste is the popular taste, but you don't see that as much because of American porn takes over the industry. Right. So he's saying everybody, probably majority, would prefer this sort of stuff, and this is why.
And he has convinced you of this now.
I have, since reading this, I have never watched American porn since that. I haven't watched Japanese porn either.
Yeah.
This was only like a few minutes ago. But
look, I'm willing to
something
try.
To think about. Yeah,
I'm certainly willing to try.
I'll give it a go.
Yeah,
listeners, give it a go.
I'll send some in.
Send some Japanese porn in if you want. Send some in that has a great storyline.
Because you message these people to say, hey, we used your thing. You message this guy, just say, hey, send us a link. What are you looking at?
I mean, it's not that hard, really. Is
no.
It? Go to any porn site.
I reckon if you went to any categories, porn site, there would be an entire category.
Yeah.
Which shows me that it is quite popular if it's got an entire category dedicated to it.
So, this... Oh, now we should get into Ask Reddit. Ask Reddit. This Ask Reddit is by Papa Duck. It's year 2030. Everybody is home with the goosebumps, watching live broadcast of astronauts landing on Mars. First astronaut leaves the spaceship and touches Mars soil. What does he say?
Oh, we claim this land in the name of our Lord and Savior, Elon Musk.
No.
Because presumably it would be his expedition, right?
Could be. Maybe somebody else made it there before him.
Did it say 2030?
Yep.
He's the closest, though, isn't he?
Ah, well, I mean...
That's only 11 years.
I mean, he says he's the closest.
Yeah, that's true. Oh, yeah, maybe the first
we
words
don't know.
Maybe the first words are, where are you, Elon Musk?
The words are, suck it, Elon!
You said you'd be here, yet we can't see you.
Yeah.
And now we claim Mars for Russia, because they're Russian.
Yeah. That's true. Yeah, maybe they win this one.
Yeah, Americans beat them to the moon. Russians ain't gonna let that happen again. Yeah. They've been working since the 50s to get to Mars.
Exactly. I think maybe there'll be plot twist. Elon Musk is Russian.
Oh, he's just pretending to be South African because their accents are fun.
Yeah,
yeah, interesting.
And but yeah, I could see that happening. I like the idea that they just try and rush there.
Yeah, because it would definitely be a pre-written, like Neil Armstrong's was on the moon. That was a pre-decided, pre-written thing.
See the eyebrow raising.
You're wiggling your eyebrows as if to indicate, you idiot.
I am, in fact, the smuggest person in the world right now.
Go on.
Listen to what I have to say. Those were not the first words spoken on the moon.
Yeah, that was just his little announcement, was it not? What was it?
Well, I'm being technical.
Yeah, because I'm sure he was like, yep, cool, I'm on it or something.
No. It was actually, this is, the technicality that I'm going by is when they're actually on the moon, right. Like their 2 feet are on the moon.
Yeah.
And it's actually Buzz Aldrin who speaks first, and he says something along the lines of, a few degrees to the left, down a bit, something. He's like,
isn't that his landing?
yeah. There was like something else that he was having to control.
Oh,
when
right.
He was on the surface of the moon.
Sure.
And I think and then there's actually some inaudible bit as well.
Yeah.
Well, he's like relaying this back to Houston or whatever, and. I just thought that's like really funny because it's such a lame thing to be the first thing said.
Yeah.
You know, if you wanted to be technical about it, it's like actually on the moon, because obviously Neil Armstrong was taking the step when he said that, but he wasn't on the moon yet. So I think there's...
So he said it and then he stepped onto the moon.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Okay.
Because he's saying it's one sort of, it's like in the process of...
Do you know what this is the equivalent to? Is when people say... the monster isn't called Frankenstein. It's actually Frankenstein's a monster. Frankenstein is a scientist.
Yes.
Yeah, but you know what they mean, don't you?
Yeah. But I mean, Frankenstein is obviously the scientist's name, so...
Oh, no, he's doing the eyebrows.
But yeah, I just thought that was funny that it's technically so lame.
Yeah. Did you bring this Ask Reddit up purely so
just for that fact? No, I thought, Camber, you might have a witty thing that people would say when they're on Mars.
Yeah.
I think I would just try to say something really vulgar. You know?
Because then history books would have to.
Because then they have to put it in there. Yeah. What was the first thing said? It was cunt fuck. Just for the rest of time. That's what people would have to put it in there. And in fact, I would rename Mars cunt fuck because I'm there. I can put in the flag.
And here's the thing. Like, I imagine that if you did that, they would try and be like, oh, it was a scrambled line. He actually said... Yeah, something as country something or whatever.
Yeah.
And you would just spend the rest of your life clarifying.
Yeah, to everyone. YouTube videos, live stream press conferences.
I'm the guy that said it. Yeah. And I'm here to say that what I said.
Yeah, exactly.
That would be fun.
I think that would be... Yeah. I think people would enjoy that.
Because you would go along with the whole... oh yes, yeah, I've got this statement here about the journey of man. I'll definitely say that.
Yeah. Oh, this is brilliant. It's brilliant. People love this.
I won't go off book. I'm like, why'd you say that? Oh, I'm just saying. Just letting you know I won't go off book.
Just saying, because Neil Armstrong, he went off book. Yeah. Actually, he was like technically a little bit wrong.
He didn't go off book. He just misspoke slightly.
He just paraphrased what they said.
Well, yeah, it was supposed to be one small step for a man is one giant leap for mankind.
Yeah.
But he just kind of...
That's right. So they're probably worried is what I'm saying.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
Like, oh, don't paraphrase every bloody word on this. Yeah. All right? We want every word said. And I'm like, don't worry about it. I got it. I'll memorize it.
Oh, I got words.
Yeah.
Our words? Yeah.
Yeah. Yes. Do you reckon what they do as a test is they're like, all right, you're going to Mars today, and they pretend to fly you off. Really, they're just like shaking the rocket ship a little bit, and then they change the stage around you to look like Mars, and then you say your stupid line, and they say, ha! Some guy comes out from behind these curtains, black curtains, which is meant to represent the rest of space.
With some stars painted
and he says, with some stars, he goes, ha! Got you! So...
Yeah. I mean, there's a simpler way to do that, which is you could be actually on Mars and you say your thing, and they're like, "Yeah, we weren't transmitting because we knew."
Yeah, you would get it.
We knew you were going to say that.
But again, you just say, just go back and say,
we have just dubbed it.
Yeah.
You've got your space helmet on. People can't see your face. We dubbed a lie. You said that thing about humanity's reach or whatever.
Yeah.
Okay. Then again, you could just come back and be like, "I didn't say it."
Yeah. Okay. Cambo, then I want to say, okay, let's try for a serious one, right? Can you think of something? Because realistically, that line about one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind, brilliant line, right? Very well. I don't think anybody's going to argue that was a dumb line. Yeah. But you got to one-up that now that you're on Mars.
I would have to go, geez, it's not as red as I thought. That would be... Yeah.
That's... Well, I mean, it's more accurate than anything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because they've done poetic.
Yeah. You go factual.
I go factual. It's more of a greyish brown.
Yeah. It's not red, and, it's a bit lighter.
Yeah.
Bit lighter here. So.
Make a joke about Matt Damon, maybe, from the movie.
No, okay.
Yeah, I'm just here to rescue Matt Damon.
You could be there to rescue the robot.
That's true.
People got very sad about... Yeah. I've forgotten his name. I don't know. I mean, it wasn't a real thing, so I don't feel as bad.
It had no soul.
Yeah. Yeah. But, so I think that would be the challenge.
I think the first thing you said is my batteries are running out and it's getting dark.
Yeah.
And everyone's like, oh my God, it happened again.
Yeah, that would be good.
That would be good. And then collapse. Yeah. Fall over on the ground.
Yeah. And die.
Yeah. If you really want to sell it, you do have to die.
Yeah. Cool. All right. Here's another one for you, Cambo. This is by Tommy Gunn 641. You get $15 billion, but every time you bathe, shower, have sex, masturbate, or do anything naked, an unblockable camera appears and films you doing it on live stream with a notification going out to everyone's phone/computer when it happens. Do you take it? Why or why not?
Did I say $15 billion?
Billion.
Yeah, I'll take it.
With the of course I take it.
Yeah, because here's my thing.
Yeah.
No one wants to watch it.
Yeah, I think
I'm not some male model sex god. You can watch me having sex. It'll be depressing.
It's just about, I guess it's just about the
privacy.
Embarrassment, perhaps, of like what you might feel.
People are like, hey, I saw your penis. I'm like, yeah, but I have $15 billion.
Yeah. And I think that, I just think you'd get over it.
Yeah. That's what I mean. Initially, there would be some embarrassment.
Yeah.
A month in.
Yeah.
Just like, everyone's seen it at this point.
And nobody's going back. Like, everybody...
Everyone will look once.
Everybody would look once, of course.
Yeah.
As if you wouldn't. But then after that, nobody's going to watch. It would just be more of an annoyance. They're like, oh, got this notification again. There'll be some weirdos out there that obviously masturbate to you masturbating every night. Sure. But that's fine.
That's fine. But here's my thing. Right? I'm getting $15 billion. Famously, in the movie Swordfish, Halle Berry was paid $1 million for a single shot in which she was naked.
Yeah.
She's only getting $1 million. And
Just
everyone can see that, much like everyone will have seen my penis.
Yeah, that's
She only got $1 million. That's Halle Berry.
Well, what do you take?
The first thing I'll do with my $15 billion, I'll call out Halle Berry and be like, "You idiot."
You could have had 14 billion, 900 billion extra.
By the way, you seen it? She'd be like, "Yeah, I clicked."
Yeah, she's like, obviously.
Everyone clicked.
And you said, "Well," and she says, "No."
Yeah, it's fine.
Oh, be a bit disappointed. I mean, I think there would be, an element of like, look, maybe some people would be impressed.
Yeah, that's true.
You might be able to pick up on something. Like, nobody's going to be super offended, right?
Yeah.
If, like, obviously, if this happens, I imagine everybody would know almost beforehand, Like the person doing it, I don't know, probably Elon Musk, he's just told everybody, he's like, hey, we're going to install a notification on all your devices when this person gets naked or has sex or anything. So just letting you know that's happening.
Yeah.
So once they know that, they can't be offended then if they see it. They were pre-warned.
Yeah, because it depends. If it's clicking, it's like 50% off this, and you click that link to try and get that deal, and then it shows you me in the shower or whatever. Then I can imagine that, again, not my problem.
Yeah.
Actually, that's an interesting I can imagine people hating you more for that.
What if that's the thing then? It just,
I'd still
there is clickbait occasionally that would just go to you masturbating, whatever. But do you think that, like, obviously we'll still take it, but do you think then you would have more enemies, perhaps people so enraged that try to hunt you down and perhaps kill you, or just keep you clothed forever and ever?
I don't think you'd have anyone trying to kill you. You'd be condemned, I think, by a lot of like church groups and stuff.
There are real crazy people out there, though. That's the problem.
For $15 billion,
this is how crazy people are, right?
Yeah.
And how I remember, this is what I always go to when I think about how crazy people are.
Yeah.
When Steve Irwin was killed by a stingray, people went out and murdered
stingrays,
a bunch of stingrays. That is so dumb.
Yeah.
This is the dumbest thing ever. And this I would put on par with that. There's just some people out there who would be like, well, I guess I'll kill him.
But I think that's the same for any celebrity.
When
if you're someone in the public eye, someone's probably like, I should kill them.
Yeah, that's true. But I mean, like, everybody's seen your junk, Campo. You're not like any celebrity. You're like all celebrities always. I don't really know what that means.
But everyone's seen Michael Fassbender's penis in a movie, and he hasn't been killed yet.
Yeah, like once.
But yeah, okay.
You're forgetting the how many times this happened. This is like you are naked at least
it's
probably
daily.
twice every day.
Yeah, it's daily for showers and stuff at least.
Yeah.
And it's monthly for sex, obviously.
Yeah, and it's hourly for masturbation. So pretty often.
Yeah. I'd still take it.
Yeah, I'd still take it, obviously. $15 billion. What do you all want?
Yeah. I'll be so rich.
All right, let's get into Today I Learned. So now it's time for Today I Learned. Let's play the intro to that. Today I Learned. This Today I Learned is by Triple Alpha. Today I learned in 1836, a sewer worker accidentally discovered an old drain which ran directly into the Bank of England's gold vault. He wrote letters to the directors of the bank and requested a meeting inside the vault at an hour of their choosing, and popped out of the floor to greet them.
I thought this was going to turn into a cool heist.
He's done that wrong, hasn't he?
Yeah. He's done the...
He's like, you know what I'd do? I'll let them know of this problem.
Yeah.
What an idiot.
Like, at least take 1 bar of gold.
Take a bar of gold. They're not going to know.
It's
probably.
It's kind of like someone loses their wallet and you return the wallet and like, thanks for that. Here's $10 as a thank you because you could have done much worse.
Yeah.
Just take a bar of gold.
Just take a bar of gold.
Maybe he did, actually.
He might have taken a bar of gold.
He's like, I'll meet you at 6.
Yeah.
He went up at 5.
Yeah.
Took a bar of gold, went back down, came back up at 6.
He knew no one was definitely going to be in there at 5 because they were going to be in there at 6.
Yeah. And he's like, hey, it's me. I'm in here for the first time.
Yeah.
That's a strange way to have put that.
He's like,
but everything's in order, so
and I think,
don't check.
And I think what he should do as well is touch everything. Yeah. So his fingerprints are over everything. And when they do find the missing gold bar,
he's like, oh,
I was like, I touched everything. Remember we were there and I touched everything?
Did it specify what year?
1836.
So here's the thing. How much gold in there is just written down? But the thing about 1836 is you can say, oh, you just wrote it wrong.
Yeah.
Now it'll be way harder because there'll be cameras going all the time. There'll be sensors everywhere.
That's true.
And if you took a bar of gold,
just
take a bar of gold, obviously.
Obviously, take a bar of gold.
There would be so much evidence of you doing it. But in 1836, the crime was so much easier. They were like, did you rob the bank? And you'd be like, no.
Yeah.
Like, he says he didn't do it. Other people said he did, but there's obviously no photographs of it. So you let him go, I guess.
I have a question to ask you. Yeah. Do you think that's how crime normally went down back in the day? Versus now? That guy murdered that child. Do you have any photos? No? Well, I guess that's it then, isn't it?
But the thing is, like, then it would come down to purely like lawyer to lawyer in a courtroom. Even in the 30s, there was all the gangsters in America, and they would like rob a bank and be like, "Tell them it was the Lionel gang," and they'd shoot up the place and run it because the police would get there and they'd be like, "Are they still around?" No. Oh, well, I guess they got away with it.
No, I don't think that's how it happens at all. I mean, I think they're like, which way did they go?
Yeah.
They follow up on leads, which is very much exactly what they do today.
Yeah.
Like, we're like, oh, we got cameras and fingerprints and we can do all this stuff. But at the end of the day, a police officer, he ends up just like asking about leads and things like that.
But what I'm saying is, at this point, they've closed so many gaps. But when this was occurring, there were still gaps wide open that he could have got through. That bar of gold.
Yeah. I do wonder even now, right, if there's like a vault with gold bars in it. Because if there is a sewer drain, like in a room, right? And so, because I imagine you don't count the gold bars necessarily every day. Yeah. If it's like a Fort Knox thing, you got a ton of gold in there.
Sure.
And are you counting that every day? Because I think maybe you wouldn't.
Yeah, maybe weekly.
Right? Yeah, I don't know.
But what else are you doing in 1834?
Yeah,
there's no TV,
it's not much.
Count the gold.
You've got that little ball and paddle thing.
Yeah, you've obviously got hoops and sticks. They're great fun.
Yeah, that was a bit of a That's a lot of fun. So.
But after an hour or so of hoop and stick and ball and paddle, probably go count some gold.
You count.
Think about counting.
Bit bored, might count.
Think about counting. Never run out of numbers, will you?
Yeah.
You can do that for as long as you want.
That's true.
Yeah.
So,
often families would just sit on the couch and count the night away.
But they do it in their head silently.
Yeah.
And after a few minutes, somebody will be like, "What are you up to?"
Yeah. What are you up to, son? 800? Ooh.
Oh.
You've been counting for quite a while. I started again.
Yeah, I lost track. Had to go back to the start. Anyway, I wonder how much should have robbed that bank.
I wonder how much misguided history we've put out over the course of this show.
None whatsoever.
No, that's true.
Here's another one.
Okay.
Cambo. This is by Jagar99. Today I learned when Lawrence Anthony, known as the Elephant Whisperer, passed away, a herd of elephants arrived at his house in South Africa to mourn him. Although the elephants were not alerted to the event, they travelled to his house and stood around for 2 days and then dispersed.
Well, did they come to mourn him?
Did they come to mourn him?
Or were they like, haven't seen that guy in a while, he's normally around.
Where's that guy?
But I know he lives over here, let's go see it. He's not here, let's stay around for a while, see if he turns up.
There's a guy, I reckon they were standing around there, and they were like, hey, Horace, and you know that guy that sometimes comes around with the apples and the bananas and stuff, tastes really good?
Yeah.
Haven't seen him for a while.
Yeah, it's a good point.
I think maybe we should just go see, if we can get the apples and bananas where he is. I've seen where he lives. Follow me.
There's one kink in your plan.
Yeah.
He's dead. Let's go mourn.
Oh, no.
See, if the elephants arrived, little hat in their hand, being like, I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
He was such a good guy.
Yeah.
Then I would believe it.
Because he gave us all that food.
Yeah. They brought like a bunch of, like a flower wreath.
Yeah.
And they laid it down. They were like, went to his wife.
Yeah.
held the hand in their little
Trunk.
yeah, sure. I was going to say foot, but trunk.
Oh, okay.
And
Little foot. Okay, yeah.
Oh, I mean Bigfoot, obviously. But they put her hand between their little thing in like a comforting way, and they said he was a good man, and what a loss.
Yeah.
But I bet you they just kind of stormed over and shat everywhere.
Yeah.
And
I think
ate
they
stuff
were
off the trees. It could have just been a huge coincidence. That might have just been where they were grazing that time.
Yeah, but it depends, I guess, where his house was in proximity to the rest of South Africa, like jungle.
Did they take a train to get there?
Yeah.
Because then that is more deliberate.
Yeah.
Or did he live on the edge of like a plain in which the elephants would roam? They roam on plains, right?
Yeah, I guess so.
I mean, I guess they. No,
that's what I've seen
elephants
on
are normally more
TV.
in, like water. I guess it depends what kind of elephant.
Well, it's like they go to watering holes.
Yeah.
But
anyway, maybe he lived somewhere within walking distance to that.
Yeah.
Hence, he was always talking or whispering to elephants.
Yeah.
And they just happened. Because also, they said it turned up 2 days later, right? No, they stayed for 2 days.
They stood around for 2 days.
Yeah, but did it say how much later they turned up?
No.
See? It could have been 3 weeks later. And they're like, oh my God.
Could have been 6 months later.
Yeah. They've come to mourn. Oh, have they though?
Yeah. I don't know. I don't think so.
Yeah. Unless his last whispering was, hey, when I die, it'd be real funny if you came to my house and just confused everyone.
Yeah. Maybe that's it.
Yeah.
Maybe he was like, maybe he was suicidal. He's like, hey, I'm going to die tomorrow.
How'd they
come around?
Meet the wife. Were they at his house when he died?
Oh,
do we know how he died?
Trampled to death.
Yeah.
Oh, look, they've come to mourn his death. What do you mean he's still alive? Yeah, well, I think vicious elephants.
Yeah.
That's all we're saying.
All I'm saying is you got to dig a little deeper on every story.
All I'm saying
more
is
to this.
Buy some ivory.
It's the
Is that the message that we want to send this show?
The ethos of this
Buy
show.
ivory. And also kick Scooby-Doo in the ribs.
Yeah. And pollute. Just pollute.
And pollute.
Yeah.
So people can pick up the rubbish. We did that last week.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's get into shower thoughts.
Shower thoughts, shower thoughts, shower thoughts, shower thoughts.
This shower thought is by S.H. Ronan, or Sh. Ronan.
Oh.
Trail mix is just M&Ms with obstacles. That's all I had.
Well, that's especially, I assume he's talking about trail mix with chocolate in it.
Yeah, because you can get trail mix
is
without.
just obstacles.
It's just you're really desperate to search for that.
Does his trail mix have M&Ms in it?
Yeah, I
you should buy different trail mix.
Yeah,
because trail mix is meant to be a healthy snack to rejuvenate some energy.
Right? Yeah. I think maybe traditional trail mix doesn't have, not M&Ms, but chocolate. I think it still has chocolate.
Yeah, I think it's boring, isn't it?
Yeah, it's pretty boring.
It's just nuts.
It's just obstacles.
Yeah.
Here's another one. Yeah. It's by Mumbling Saint. Or Mumbling Saint.
Wrong.
Peter Parker's real power is to replicate the powers of anything that bites him. Did you think about that, Cambo? Did you think about that as a possibility? Brilliant.
No.
That's brilliant.
I've always subscribed to the theory that really it was the spider's powers and Peter Parker is just the vessel. It was just a superpowered spider.
Ooh, what?
So really, I mean, so the spider must have had all these abilities.
Yes.
And it's just transferred them to Peter Parker.
Yes, right.
But
I see.
I
mean, that's kind of what I sort of imagined.
Yeah.
A little bit. I thought that was kind of the real story a little bit.
The question is, because if you look at, say, even recently Into the Spider-Verse, there's a different person bitten by a spider.
Yeah.
And the same thing happens.
Yeah.
So obviously it's not a superpower to absorb that. It is the power of the spider to give it to people.
Yeah.
So this guy's an idiot.
I mean, I sort of...
But I'm saying the shower thought is wrong. Because if that means everyone has that superpower, because everyone the spider bites gets those abilities.
Yeah, that's right. But, okay, all I'm saying is, if a dog bit Spider-Man, how do you know that he wouldn't turn into a dog?
I'm sure a dog has bitten Peter Parker in his
but you don't know,
his
do you?
long 16-year-old
You don't know
life.
that. No. See, I think this is brilliant. I think this is exactly what it is.
He's got a villain called the Lizard.
Yeah.
Right, and I'm sure the Lizard if you
never
look at
bit
the
him.
history, I'm sure it has.
It's never bit him.
I'm sure it
No,
has.
they were very particular about making sure he didn't bite him because otherwise that would give the whole thing away.
No.
Obviously. Just hit him with the tail a couple of times.
This is a dumb shower thought by an idiot.
Really? Ooh, don't get Cambo started on comic books, all right? Bit touchy on the subject.
I'm saying this shower thought falls apart as soon as anyone knows anything about comic books.
There are different universes. One in that one with what's his face? That universe. It had Tobey Maguire. He had the web shooting out of his arm.
Yeah.
And then in the other universe, that he had to create his own web stuff.
Okay.
So I'm saying in one of the many Spider-Man universes, there's one where his power is that he turns into something that bites him.
So if we go to a different universe that was just featured in Into the Spider-Verse,
Yes.
there was a pig that was bitten by the spider. And
Maybe he was
turned
bitten
into
by a pig.
Spider pig. Well, actually, I think he was bitten by a pig.
Was he really?
Yeah, that's a real confusing little origin, that one.
Yeah. That was a great film, by the way.
Yeah, it was really good.
Did we talk about that on the week that we saw it? Anyway,
Sure we did.
people should watch Into the Spider-Verse. Into the Spider-Verse?
Yeah,
That's
Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse.
good? Yeah, okay.
Yeah. Won the Oscar.
Oh, did it really?
Yeah,
best animated.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's cool. I'm glad that won.
Me too.
Anyway, here's another one.
Okay.
Oh, this is another comic book one. Okay, so
no.
you're probably going to get angry. And
Let
just-
me get on my
tip the table.
I just got off this soapbox, but I'll get back on.
This is by Murder Hands.
Okay.
If Bruce Wayne told everyone he was a massive Batman fanboy who collects memorabilia, then no one would question if when they found a huge cave of Batman stuff under his house.
No, this is good. I like this one.
Flawless plan.
I like
Flawless.
this one.
No, I think it falls down instantly because... okay, maybe it's... I think it's his backup plan, right?
Yeah, yeah, that's how I pictured it as well.
I don't think he should come out and be like, hey, I love everything about Batman. Come check out all this cool stuff.
Yeah. But I think publicly he should state several times, I love Batman. I think he's great.
Yeah,
so then if someone's like, hey, Bruce Wayne, you've got this Batman costume in your house. And he'd be like, yeah, I love Batman. I've said that. And they're like, oh, yeah, you have said that on public record.
And I think what would be like even better is he has a costume party. As we know, Bruce Wayne always has a party in which he hates them.
In every movie, for some reason, inexplicably, maybe it's something that's like and higher up from Warner Brothers is like, I love two things.
Yeah.
I love Batman, I love Bruce Wayne, and I love surprise birthday parties.
Yeah.
So every time you are going to write a Bruce Wayne Batman story, you must have a surprise birthday party.
Yeah. And he must always leave.
Yeah. Yeah.
He must not enjoy any part of
There's
it.
a third thing I like, and that is poor time management. So I would like him not to have time for that birthday party.
Yeah. But I think
Just
it's
do it
brilliant. He could just come out in his Batman thing, and then people will be like, oh my God, that looks so real. And he's like, yeah, I spent a ton of money trying to replicate the real Batman suit.
Here's what he should do. Surely he has more than one Batman costume, right?
Yeah.
What he should do, he should say to Robin, take one of the Batman costumes.
Yeah.
Right? I'll have a birthday party.
Yeah.
Because there's a movie being made. So I have to have a birthday party. Every time there's a movie.
Yeah.
I'll go in his costume as Batman. People are like, that's a great Batman costume. Maybe he's Batman. At the same time, across town, you dressed as Batman fighting crime. People will never believe I'm Batman.
Yeah.
How could I be?
Exactly.
I was at my party. Batman was fighting crime.
Surely that's been in one of the comics somewhere.
Probably.
That is such a I feel like such an obvious way to get away with it. It's like somebody just impersonates you across the other side of town. You're like, oh, look, I'm in the public eye, you know.
Yeah.
Couldn't have been me.
I mean, in comic books, Captain America has become a werewolf. So surely someone has dressed as Batman.
Yeah. I mean, comic books are just like...
They're pretty dumb.
Pretty dumb. Some are great. Some have great storylines and universes and interesting plot twists, and some are just dumb.
That's like 5% of them.
Yeah.
Have really interesting concepts.
Yeah.
It's just you throw a bunch of stuff at a wall, and some of it really sticks.
Yeah.
And that's the good stuff.
Yeah.
That they make the movies about. And then the other stuff is Captain America's a werewolf. It punishes the Ghost
anything
Rider
that
now.
bites Peter Parker.
Yeah.
I would like to see that. I think you create a whole Spider-Man comic book where like up until the very end, like you're like, there's going to be 8 issues, definitely. And then on the 8th issue, he gets bitten by something else.
And he
turns into that. And you're like, oh. Didn't realize that's how it works. Okay. Okay. Here's another one.
Sure.
This is by Spadtastic. Nothing takes you down a notch in confidence more than unexpectedly choking on your own saliva when you're not eating anything.
Yeah. The other one
really
is
bad, isn't it?
Tripping over your own feet.
Yeah, that's annoying.
That one, because if you look around and anyone's seen you,
yeah.
Like, oh no.
Like I've been doing this my whole life.
Yeah.
It's really annoying.
And because every time you're like, I don't know why that happened.
Yeah.
I don't know why I did that.
Yeah. I can even show you the wound I have on my thumb, which is when I was tying my shoes the other day, and the nail of one of my hands cut my thumb.
Oh.
And I was like, and I don't have particularly long nails.
No.
But for some reason, I was like, I just feel like such an idiot.
I can
so
see
dumb.
it.
It's like pretty severe for a
yeah.
For just like a nail cut.
It's not a severe wound, but for a nail just digging into your hand.
Yeah.
It dug pretty deep.
Yeah. I don't know how I did it. I just felt so dumb afterwards. It's like, I shouldn't be allowed to drive.
But yeah, on your own saliva is definitely the worst way to choke. Choking on food is obviously pretty bad.
Yeah.
Drink is slightly worse than that because that's even harder to choke on.
Yeah.
Because it's a fluid, but gag reflex and stuff happens, obviously, so it's not impossible. But on your own saliva,
oh god,
what's happening there?
Yeah,
it's like you. Sometimes you might be on a laptop and it just slightly glitches for a second.
Yeah,
it's just your body doing that.
Yeah,
it's like oh geez, sorry, I don't know what that was.
Yeah,
I zoned out there for a second. Sorry,
yeah. I started thinking about Japanese porn and got distracted about the autonomous functions that's meant to happen. Right, Kembo. I think we should get into podnapping.
Oh my god, I'm being podnapped!
Podnapping.
This is Podnapping, where we nap a pod. And this week's my week, and I was trying to think about which podcast I want to do. I thought about doing, you know what, I should do a Escape This Podcast one.
Sure.
Then turns out, that's much harder to do in like 5 minutes because you have to think of puzzles and stuff. And I was like, ugh, maybe I'll put that one on the back burner.
In a way, it's made you respect that podcast even more.
Yeah, that's
because
right.
they do so much more work than us.
Exactly, yeah.
It's crazy.
Which is kind of like every podcast ever. But anyway.
Well, not every podcast. I don't think there's podcasts on our level.
I think we do very little work.
I know.
Yeah.
I'm saying there are podcasts out there that do as little work as us. They're not successful. None of them are successful.
I do take that back. I just remembered one. There was a guy who put his phone on a table in the middle of a pub and just press record, had a few drinks with his friends, and just thought their banter would just be the podcast.
See, I would say they do less than us. Yeah. We at least, we have microphones, we have a soundboard, we have some themes made up. We've done some work.
We've done something.
We haven't done work in a while.
Yeah.
But we did some initial work.
Exactly. Anywho, and then I thought, okay, if I want to do the opposite of work, I'll just totally, completely rip off a podcast.
Sure.
And so I was going to... I've chosen No Such Thing as a Fish, which is a podcast I think we've spoken about before. I don't think we've done a podnapping of it, though.
We have.
Have we really?
Yeah, about Ferrero Rocher.
Oh, we did too. Yes. Well, this one is more about the theme of facts.
Okay, sure.
Rather than... Because I think that was a topic of conversation in which I stole. So this one's more about facts, and I thought... So initially I was just going to rip an entire episode. Just give you a ton of facts about something.
Yeah.
And then I thought that was wrong. And so then I thought, well, what topic could I do it on? Reddit.
Okay, sure.
We're a Reddit podcast.
Yeah.
Anyway. It was very easy.
So you're going to No Such Thing as a Fish Reddit?
Yes.
Okay.
Effectively. So I've just got a bunch of fun facts about Reddit. Here we go.
Sure.
The first one I have is commenting was not an initial feature of Reddit until 6 months into the creation of Reddit. So it's just posts. And there was there's been the first comment credited. And what would you think, Cambo, that the first very first comment might be about on Reddit?
Is it just the word gay?
No.
Because I've been on Reddit and there's a little bit of that.
No, not quite.
Right.
But you're sort of on a little...
It's negative, right?
It's negative.
Yeah, of course.
The very first comment, negative.
Fake? Is something about something being fake?
No. It's I'll put you out of your misery, Cambo.
Please.
It's a negative comment about the fact that you can now leave comments.
Oh, that's great.
I thought in 13 years, this is 13 years ago, Reddit hasn't changed. No.
Here's a new feature. Oh, always with the features. Jesus.
So here is this comment was by Charlie Ebb.
Yep.
Charlie B is what it who was by, and their comment was. And so the post was Reddit announcing, "Hey, you can now comment on posts." And Charlie B says, "There's nothing like simplicity and not following the crowd. I, for one, welcome our new comment spam overlords. Oh, and by the way, 1, come up with a great simple idea. 2, wait for a degree of popularity and media attention. 3, add unnecessary features. 4, profit. Is this what you want?" Just so angry straight away.
Also, I love that. I love there's a real subsection of people that are angry if anything makes a profit ever.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
You know, there'll be people being like, say there's like a stand-up comedian or something like that.
Yeah.
And maybe they do a TV ad.
Yeah.
And they're like, "Oh, you sellout. It will be about comedy."
Yeah.
Yeah, but they need to make money from comedy.
Yeah, exactly. I think especially when you are receiving a service for free, which has obviously probably only happened in the past like sort of 10-ish or more like years of like social media, obviously like Facebook. Oh, they're trying to make money by putting in ads.
Yeah.
Like, because otherwise you don't have this service. Yeah. So, but anyway, I actually checked to see if Charlie B was still using Reddit, and he's, funnily enough, I clicked on his user, and he had a comment just 4 days ago. And funnily enough, it's about the first comment. And I couldn't remember what post it was on. It was something kind of random, like he commented on something. Maybe somebody identified him. And so he wrote, "I have the first comment on the thread that announced comments, but it is not actually the first comment since they enabled comments and then made that announcement. I'm close to first, and the comment is kind of hilarious looking back, so it's worth some historical interest in my slightly biased opinion." But so he admits that technically he's not the first because...
One small step for a man wasn't the first thing that was said. It was technically there.
And it's Frankenstein was actually the scientist.
Peanut's not really a nut, it's a legume.
Yeah, all that stuff. But so I thought that was pretty funny and so interesting. And I think it's good that him saying that, it's kind of hilarious because obviously... like comments is really what makes Reddit now.
Yeah.
I think
it's such an intrinsic part of Reddit.
Yeah, I think with just the posts you lose so much. So it's
which is interesting because we just normally do the posts.
Yeah, but we make the comments.
Right, we are the comments.
We are the comments.
We're the important bit.
That was going to be the tagline. I just couldn't think of a good one. When I say we're internet's auditory version of Reddit, it was going to be something like we're the comments section of Reddit, but I couldn't find like a catchy way to kind of say that. So anyway, also bit of another fun fact. Sure. Well, this is more of a interesting thing that happened on Reddit.
Okay.
On the 9th of April in 2012, the Reddit community turned out to support Kane's Arcade. And so what happened here was there was a guy, and his name was Nervin. His username on Reddit was Nervin. And he went to auto parts, like car shop. He was trying to get a part.
Yep.
Auto repair shop, something like that. And the guy who owned this place, his son, had set up his own arcade, but just with cardboard boxes. So he did a little thing like he stuck these cardboard boxes together, and then he stuck on a little like plastic basketball ring, like a real small one, and then he got a bunch of tape and rolled it up into a ball.
Sure.
And so he had to try and like shoot it in, and then you had to, and so then if you did achieve the goal, the kid would like hop down on all fours, crawl into the bottom of this machine, and feed out tickets through a slot that he had created. So this person, Nervin, sort of said he spoke to the guy who runs the shop, and he said the guy who runs the shop, he did most of his business online, so he never had many customers. So this kid was kind of never really getting anybody to his arcade regardless, and even when they did, they kind of ignored him.
Yeah.
And so this guy went on Reddit. He actually created a Facebook event, and he tried to do, he did do essentially a flash mob. And he got hundreds of people to turn up to Kane's arcade and play these games for this kid. And they filmed it all. And I'm going to try and make sure to link the YouTube video in the show notes at some point that you can see, and explains the story a bit more about how Kane's Arcade came to be, and how the Reddit community kind of really got behind it, and it went on the front page, obviously, of Reddit, and so got a lot of popularity.
And therefore the front page of the internet.
And the front page of the internet. And one thing that I thought was hilarious, and it is in the video, but Nervin, he remembers the first sort of conversation he had with Kane. And he said, okay, how much to play? And he was like the basketball game or something. Sure. He's like, okay. He's like, well, for $1, you can have 4 goes. And for $2, you can get a fun pass. And he goes, oh, okay, well, how many goes do I get with a fun pass? And he says, 500. I said, okay, I'll take a fun pass.
Oh, geez. That economics of scale, it's all over the place.
Yeah. And he also had this system with he stuck a calculator to the front of every machine, and it was a security device because on the fun pass he had written a number, so it might be like in the hundreds, like 489, and so he would put into the calculator 489, and then he would press square root. And then also at the bottom of the card would have the square root of that number, which ends up being like normally a very long number.
Sure.
And so he writes that in. So he could validate people's fun pass to make sure that they hadn't illegally done them. Of course, if you knew that was a system, pretty bloody easy. You're a bloody idiot, Kane. Very easy to fool.
I want to know if this arcade is still running.
I don't know. I imagine... So it was in 2012.
Yeah.
We're now in 2019.
I'm saying...
Kane was like 10, I want to say.
If it's not still running... Lazy.
Yeah. I mean, Cambo was pretty shit. But he made his own like claw game and stuff, just with like a bit of rope and string and a slit through a box.
As someone that used to work in the gaming industry, especially like these amusement type games, do you look at this and go, oh, "That's a real piece of shit, Kane"?
Yeah,
this is not how you run an arcade.
Yeah, or more to the fact of like you're not really giving people value. For what, they're giving you $1, and they might win a prize, which is quite obviously 20 cents and means nothing to you. So it's a bit of a rip, really. And he should think about that. That's all I'm saying. Some other facts I have. Top post of all time is by I Hate My Pee-Pee. And I thought this was brilliant. Okay, top post of all time is like 238,000, I think, upvotes. And it's a GIF from Guardians of the Galaxy. and Volume 2, I'm pretty sure this is. And this is the one with, if you've seen Guardians of the Galaxy, you should maybe remember this scene where Rocket is teaching Groot at what time to press the detonate button.
Yeah.
Right? But what they've done is they've changed the detonate button to be an upvote and a downvote. And the text that goes along with this given, it essentially just plays the scene.
Yeah.
But it says, okay, Groot, so you've seen someone post something, which is definitely a repost. What button do you press? And then he goes and presses the upvote. He goes, no, don't press the upvote. Don't press the upvote. And I thought that was brilliant because it's like the number one complaint that everybody has.
And it's an unpopular opinion.
It's apparently an unpopular opinion.
See, I love that someone thought it was an unpopular opinion, but it's the most upvoted post.
Yeah, exactly. But I thought that was a really good one. And the other ones underneath that, I didn't write them down, but they were Obama related, actually.
Really?
One was he did an AMA on Reddit.
Yep.
Which, when I was searching these facts, that one was in like every single news article about Reddit facts or something interesting about Reddit.
I guess they're pretty proud of it.
Yeah.
They're probably more proud of that than someone called I Hate My PP having the most votes.
Yeah, exactly. For pointing out a flaw of Reddit. Yeah.
And they're like, but we had the president.
So that was a big one. They talk about how that kind of shut down their servers for a little while, because there was an announcement that he was going to do it, and then everybody tried to log on. Apparently, it was really crazy.
And there will be so many reporters, like middle-aged reporters that don't have Reddit accounts, that then signed up just so they could do a news story on this.
That's right. Yeah. And so that was actually the third one, and the second one. So the top one was the GIF.
Yeah.
The third one was the AMA for Obama, and the second one was also an Obama one, but it was just a picture of him like waving, and it was something like "Goodbye, Obama," like "Thanks, Obama." I think it said, and that was it.
Wow.
And that had again like over 200,000 upvotes. And I thought that was so interesting, but also shows you that Reddit, while I really like Reddit and I think it's really diverse, it's also very left-wing.
Except for certain pockets of it.
Well, yeah, I mean, that's true of everything. And not,
but
and
the majority.
Yeah, not to say that it's extreme left-wing either or anything, but I think there is just a very certain demographic that generally is of Reddit, and that kind of proves it in some sort of way. But yeah, okay, I have another one. These were the names that Reddit could have been rather than Reddit.
Yep.
So these were suggested in an email.
Similar to how Google was almost called Backrub.
Right, yes. Yeah. Could mean yes. So this is some names suggested by Alexis Ohanian to Steve Huffman, who were the founders. Sosnoo.com.
That makes sense, because the little alien's called Snoo, right?
Snoo, yeah. MySnoo.com, Hot Ag, Ag Pop, Hot Snoo, Snoop Pop, Perkma, Hotlex, Perk, Vox Perk, Lex Pop, Gaxu, Fresh Perk, Perku.
This just shows me that they definitely just had a whiteboard being like, what are letters?
Yeah.
Give us letters.
Yeah. Or just some fun names that they thought were like Perk. They were really liking Perk. Perkloo.
And obviously Snoo.
Pop is a good one. Pop Fresh. Perkler. Dose. Perk Dose. Ripe Fresh. Laperk. Perkle. Populoo. Fresco Perk. Fresco. Nitloo. Knitman.
I like that they'll come up with a word.
Yeah.
Like, that's good. Chuck Perk on it. So that sounds like.
Or maybe Pop at the start of that. Knitman, Red Snoo, Rippard, Snoovox, Voxloo, Voxaloo. All the ones that it could have been. I think Reddit is definitely the best. Not because obviously I've heard that the whole time and now associate Reddit with Reddit.
Yeah.
But definitely it's the best name. The here's another interesting one. The total money spent by the founders of Reddit on its advertising since its inception. Have a guess, Cambo. How much money? US dollars?
I want to say
a clue.
It's probably not much, given the inherent nature of Reddit. Is it nothing?
No, nothing. Cambo, idiot. God, you're so dumb to even think that it might be nothing.
Okay, $100.
It was 500 US dollars. But yeah, you're right. And they spent this on stickers. And that was all they spent the money on. So they had $12,000 funded startup, and of that $12,000, they just spent $500 on the stickers, and that was their only advertising ever.
Well, I must say, they're now quite a big company, and they haven't spent any of this fortune on advertising.
Yeah.
Why not advertise a podcast about Reddit?
Yeah,
that's where you spend your money.
That's where you should do it.
Give us another 500.
That's right. So wait, what are we saying? We're saying
give us the 500.
You don't need to spend marketing
because this is like an ad for their show.
Right? Yeah. Okay. We're the reason.
Yeah.
Why they're so popular, really?
Well, we certainly don't hurt that reason. Yeah. This is a form of advertising.
We might
give us $500.
Yeah.
And we'll use that to advertise, or for a different reason.
Yeah.
And you're mate. It'll be like Obama's doing another AMA.
That's how
servers will crash.
Yeah, that's right. I've got two more facts, Campbell.
Sure.
Subreddits were created because of all the not safe for work Reddit content that was being shared in the site's early days.
Yeah.
So I think just so normal subreddits. So I guess maybe like something like Ask Reddit. I think has been around forever.
Sure.
These were just standard ones. Nobody could create their own subreddits. Then because people were putting in so much not safe for work content, they said, okay, you can make your own subreddits. So I guess there's probably not safe for work Ask Reddit, probably.
Here's a shower thought. Here are some tits.
Yeah. Yeah.
Tits.
Another one I didn't actually put in, but again was one of these ones that popped up in every interesting fact of Reddit, was that Reddit created the shower beer. Which
that trend.
I don't really understand what they mean. They created it as like, or made it popular.
Is it saying, because there's the trend, you'd have it being in the shower, you take a photo or whatever, right? Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, that's literally what it's just like a subreddit.
I mean, they didn't invent it. Is it trying to say that it got popularized on Reddit?
I think they're saying it's trying to be popularized, but it's like, I just felt like it wasn't really an inherently interesting, I don't know.
Or even
like
that popular.
Yeah, or that popular, I think is, more the point. And so I did click on it for the first time. It's like r/shower beer or something like that. And it's basically just girls with their tits out in the shower with a beer in front of them.
And that's shower beers, is it?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll look that up.
Just, yeah. But
Japanese
actually, I was... we could do the same jokes. We're the same person. But yeah, I just thought that was funny. I was like, it's not really about the shower beers.
Yeah.
It's about the nudity and hey, also there's a beer.
Yeah. Two things that men generally like.
Yeah. And so then came the last one. There was the person with the highest karma. Mm-hmm. Their name was Pepsi Next, who had over 9 million karma. What do you think they mainly did?
Their username's quite funny.
Yeah.
A failed brand of the Pepsi. Do you remember Pepsi Next?
It could have been successful at that time, 13 years ago.
Maybe he's like, I'm on the... I love it. I love Pepsi Next. It's going to be around forever.
He bought the wrong stock, so to speak.
Is it animals? Cute animals?
No.
Is it something racist?
Porn, Cambo. Of course it was porn. He posted a bunch of, a lot of pornographic content, and also said that, it also did a lot of reposts, apparently, is what they're saying. And he had since been banned. Ooh. He's no longer on Reddit. And I was trying to research into like where this was, and a lot of people are asking about this person. Where did he go? Why did he get banned? And there were rumors. There were basically sort of two rumors that I saw. One was that it wasn't a person because the frequency in which he posted seemed unhuman-like.
Mm-hmm.
So they thought maybe he didn't really exist and was just a bot or something. And also the frequency of his posts, and just because he posted everything and anything, they would get a lot of reports. So there's a theory that Reddit would just like, this guy doesn't really post anything super original or anything, like it's not really enhancing our site, so to speak. We get so many reports for this account, let's just ban it.
Yeah.
Because then we just don't have to deal with it anymore.
Makes sense.
But one of the other rumors I found was that he uploaded, I think, child pornography.
Ooh.
And that was the reason. But that wasn't really...
unconfirmed.
Unconfirmed.
Sure.
And I think one thing sort of said like, he uploaded it and so then he got banned for a period of time. And then came back. I was like, I think if you uploaded child porn, they're not giving you a slap on the wrist for that. So probably not true, but just some of the rumors spreading around.
Interesting.
Anyway, that was it. That ended up being pretty long. But that was Reddit facts as done by No Such Thing as a Fish, sort of.
In the
really
style
just
of No
me.
Such Thing as a Fish.
In the style of... Well, not really, because normally you would bring your facts forward, and I think you had but all.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's move to Ask Me Anything.
Okay.
We're listeners of the show, just like you, listener. Can write in and ask us anything you want.
That is true. I've got one here from Casey. Casey says, I've just started listening to this show. You've both mentioned your jobs vaguely, but I was curious. What do you both do for work, and what would be your dream jobs?
Oh.
Interesting. You've got a pretty exciting job, Nelson.
I got a pretty exciting job. So sit down for this one.
Nelson tests ice cream flavors.
Yep. And I don't really like ice cream.
Yes.
So all of them
Well,
are
you are
this is okay, I
you
guess.
are technically lactose intolerant.
Yeah. But I mean, I still eat ice cream. I'm not a monster.
For your work.
Yeah, for my work. Here's another question, Gabriel. What's your favorite ice cream flavor?
I'm chocolate man.
Oh, why did I even ask?
Yeah,
I did not need to.
No.
Yeah. I don't really know what I got. I think mint choc chip, actually, quite like. Anyway, that wasn't a question. I am a property manager.
Yep.
In a family business at the moment, desperately trying to get out. If I'm going to be frank.
But what would your dream job be?
Probably something in porn.
Yeah. Or ice cream.
Not being a one of the male models. Because
just like sound guy.
Yeah. Gaffer. I want to be gaffer.
Because then it's just free porn.
Yeah, that's right. Oh, wait, I already get free porn.
Oh, no, but I guess you're getting paid.
Yeah.
You're getting paid to watch porn.
Paid to watch porn, so...
head over to Japan.
Yeah, that's right. I don't really know what... I mean, I think I would like the idea of... if I'm going like... Because I don't really have like a stereotypical dream job, right? Anything that I'm like, that is exactly what I would love to do.
I think you can blue sky it a bit. I would predict that it would be something in the esports field.
I don't even think that necessarily. I actually think it would be more in entertainment a little bit.
Okay.
I think something. So I think, like, if I could be I think I'd enjoy being a Twitch streamer, for example, which kind of combines the esports stuff, but also there's like, an element of entertainment in there. But I mean, obviously I know there's like horrible downsides to those sort of worlds. Like the fact of, I know this is obviously just hypothetical anyway, but if you're trying to get there, like it's so frigging hard just to put in enough time that people recognize you. There's a guy who's probably one of the top Twitch streamers of all time, and he said that he streamed for, I think it was either 1 or 2 years completely with 0 followers. Not one person would like watch, and then he's like, and then one day one person watched, and then a while after that, then I had 10 people watching, and then, just built it up. And I was like, holy shit. Like, even if I really wanted to, I was like, this is absolutely what I want to do. There's no way I'd have the time to commit like that so long because, you know, you have to stream quite regularly as well. If I came home every night and did it, I just don't think I could physically do that. But if it magically happened overnight, sure, maybe that'd be interesting.
Interesting. Well, I run several social media accounts for a company, and then I also run a podcast for them. But we don't talk about that podcast.
Talk about that.
It's the enemy. My dream job, I really like to write a TV show. I think. I think that's what I'd be most happy doing.
Just writing it, not directing it as well. Or would you direct it?
I mean, yeah, that would be good. But I would be happy if it was just writing. I mean, I'd be happy to do other things as well. But I think most importantly would be writing for me. Okay. Like if they said you can either direct it and not write it, or write it but not direct it, I would choose to write it and not direct it.
Okay. Cool.
It is pretty cool.
Cool. All right. Well, thanks for that, Casey. I've got another one here. We've got an ongoing set of questions.
Now, Nelson, I think I know what's coming up. And I must ask before we go on, do you think you can keep your potty mouth clean?
Fuck no. Oh, wait, I've done it again. Oh. Well, I did say no, so I guess technically that's true. Okay, we're going to start now. Yeah. Because then obviously Rowan can play from this point. Okay. So this is from Cousin Rowan, but really it's from Zach. Mm-hmm. Cousin Zach? Nephew Zach? Yep. I don't know. It's too far removed. This is from Zach. Rowan first writes in. He says, I'd like to say Zach was enlightened by your response to his question.
Oh, but cool. Don't read anymore.
But his response was, what did they say? And of course, due to the transition from wizards to gods to giant fans to heat, my response was, I don't really know. He was impressed that his name was mentioned, though. So Zach, this one, Zach, is for you. Yeah. Zach. Mm-hmm. So here's number 2 of 4 from Zach. How did the Big Bang start? Cheers, Cousin Rowan. P.S. Nelson, G-rated means no F-bombs.
How did it start? That is a great question, Zach. So great that there isn't a definitive answer for this, I don't believe.
There's no definitive one. But I mean, that's like saying, well, gravity is just a theory. We don't know.
So there isn't an answer we can give you that we can say 100% is the correct answer. Okay, what do I know about the Big Bang? I can tell you this about the Big Bang, is that it wasn't an explosion. People picture it as like an explosion. It was like they said there was a singularity, and then, bang, the universe exploded. But it's more of like a balloon inflating. It suddenly started expanding from the middle out, similar like if you were to blow up a balloon. And people think that the universe is actually a huge round shape, in which means there's never an end to it. In the same way, you couldn't put your finger on a ball and then reach the end of that ball. You'd never come to the end of it because it would just keep going around and around. And the universe is kind of the same. It's like a huge ball, and it just expanded from the inside out. What actually caused that expansion?
But are you sort of still theoretically saying there's an end?
No, I'm saying there's not. I'm saying there's not an end.
But from the inside out. Because you're saying if you put your finger around a ball, sure, you can't do it. But if you're in the center of the ball, you can reach the end of the ball.
So maybe a bad metaphor. But
it's hard to describe infinite, like infinity. Really so I'm not pulling you up because you're an idiot. I'm just saying it's hard to explain.
It is. As far as what caused that explosion, I mean, the thing is, there's no one
God, obviously.
Yeah, God, obviously. If I think my facts are right here, it was 13 billion years theoretically since the Big Bang.
Right. Yeah.
And one of the first things to come from the Big Bang is hydrogen. And they said that it could have been a spark of hydrogen that started the expansion. But that again, I mean, where did that come from?
So okay. So this is what I I only really know one thing of Stephen Hawking's theory of the Big Bang.
Yeah.
Which is well, I actually watched a couple of movies, which was Stephen Hawking's like biographies, and it talks about him. And one I think is maybe it was the Theory of Everything. Mm-hmm. Oh no, that's a bit more about him, right? Yeah. There's one that's similar. I can't remember what it's called, but it's a little bit more about his theories, I think, than it is just his life. And one thing he talks about is he actually works out or theorizes what there was before the Big Bang. Mm-hmm. And he says that he can work out the time, how much time there was before the Big Bang started.
Oh, okay.
And so he works it out to be like 0.00000 times a billion of a second, before anything happened. And he said before that, there was nothingness.
Yeah.
He described it as nothingness. And when you think of nothingness, you probably think of like black, empty space. Mm. But that's something. Mm. There's nothing, Kemba. Just try to think about nothing, right? You're not doing it. You think about something.
I think about nothing all the time.
Yeah. But I think, like that concept of what was before is just like there really was nothing. Yeah. And that's just so incredible to try and understand. And so, but what I think is interesting, my own thoughts on this, right, is because, of course, I believe in science over religion. Mm-hmm. We've spoken many a time. Mm-hmm. So
that's why you're a Scientologist.
So yeah, that's right. But I don't necessarily believe in the Big Bang in that traditional sense of there is nothingness, right? Like, so that's Stephen Hawking's thing. Mm-hmm. He says 0.00000, there was nothing, absolutely nothing, and then the Big Bang happened. I like the concept of the universe has always existed. Mm. And so I still think that idea of like, I think it is infinite, what I was saying before, and that it has always been.
Yeah.
Which is like such a difficult concept to comprehend, just like infinity is. Like, how is the universe infinite? But everything we know ever has a start and an end. And same with, a timeline. Like, okay, like everything has a beginning in it, and human life, even the world, we've been able to like calculate when essentially the destruction of the world will be, because it will get slowly closer to the sun, and eventually, like, all life on the planet will end. Mm-hmm. So we think that because it has an end, then it must have a start.
But the universe,
and I think it's
like
human nature, to try and work that out, to try and say, hey, what is the start? Mm. But I can believe in the concept that, maybe the Big Bang did happen and there was nothingness. But, I mean, regardless, it's just so hard to comprehend either one existing. Yeah. And so...
I know a little bit about why or where the theory kind of came from as well. There was the astronomer Hubble. Mm-hmm. He was the guy that first noted that galaxies were slowly drifting apart from each other.
Right.
And if they were drifting apart, then the universe itself must be getting bigger and bigger and expanding and expanding. And if it's expanding and expanding, it needs to expand it from a point originally.
Right.
And so they measured the rate in which it was expanding and essentially reversed it down.
Yeah.
And that's where they said, well, maybe it's come from a singularity.
Yeah, yeah.
As to what caused that singularity, though, which is the question Zach put to us.
Yeah.
We don't know.
and again, though, I'm trying to argue with people that are way more. I can't put in words how much more intelligent they are from me. But I think that idea of a bang or something like creating matter from essentially nothing could still exist. So there could still be a Big Bang, but still within the realm of the universe that already exists, if that makes sense, in a stupid kind of way. Mm. Because I don't know. It's just so hard to like freaking comprehend.
And if this is all too much for you and we've used too many words that don't make sense or whatever, he's a wizard.
He's a wizard?
Yep.
His name was Tornado.
No, that's the other wizard.
Sorry, I'm just kidding.
This is Universal.
Universal. Okay.
Universal, the wizard, started the universe.
Okay. Yeah. Why did he start it?
Just bored.
Who created him?
God.
But then, who created him?
God.
Big Bang.
God's dad.
God's dad. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, well, that makes sense.
Check
that. Okay. But thank you for writing in, Zach. We appreciate it.
Yeah.
Hopefully, we've answered your questions. I honestly think we're ruining your life just a little bit at a time.
Look, even if we haven't answered it, hopefully you learned something that maybe you didn't know.
Yeah. Like the scientist Hubble, maybe.
Yeah.
Just that he even exists. And he's got a big telescope.
And, well, yeah, that is why there's the telescope that now maps the known universe that we know is the Hubble telescope, named after him.
Yep. Take that one to school. Tell your friends.
Yeah.
Not the other stuff. That was crazy.
Graffiti the word Hubble on a school building.
Yeah.
Because then the teachers will be like, hey, I mean, it's impressive.
Yeah. Yes.
He's a good man,
You're
obviously.
well educated. Anyway, Zach, I thank you again for the question, but if you can make the next one like just a little bit more in our realm of capabilities.
Yeah, if you've got a question about how to set up a podcast.
Yeah.
Anything to do with comic books for me.
Yeah.
Or maybe Dota for you.
Playing games. Yeah. I'm good at playing games. What have you got questions on those about? But yes, thanks. I said thanks too many times. And Casey as well.
Yep.
If you would like to write into us, you can do so. Readitpodcast, Readitpodcast @gmail.com.
Yep.
You can also reach us at Facebook, at Twitter, and our subreddit. They are all Readit Podcast. Or are they actually Perk Dose?
We should get that one just in case that reroutes to Reddit.
Reddit
so it could be perkdose@hotmail.com.
And that's it for the show.
Yeah, if you enjoyed the show, rate and describe, as you just said.
Describe us to your friends.
Describe us.
You didn't let me finish my sentence.
Yeah.
Rate and describe us to your friends.
Yeah. There you go, guys. Rate and describe.
So thanks for listening, and we will read you later.